start today doing our what we call the Motivational Mondays. Today is going to be in English. We've been doing it for the last 14 weeks in Spanish. I'm from Venezuela. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Juan Carlos Fernandez Aleman, and I am right now doing this for the last 14 weeks. We call it Motivational Mondays, and the idea of this is that you can find a little bit of inspiration, motivation through this pandemic. And we started out in Spanish 2.5 months ago, and now we're going to start over every Monday. We're going to do this 8 a.m. 8:05 we start. 8 a.m. we put up some music for you guys so you can get fired up and start your Monday differently. Start your Monday with a different mindset, and that you can actually do your week or start your week, make it easier for you to start the week during this pandemic. And things we're doing is this Motivational Mondays. We find a role model, someone like Michael Jordan this morning, and we started out with Michael Jordan because I saw his documentary, and I remembered back in the 80s and in the 90s all Michael Jordan did, and connected immediately. So the first role model we started out 14 weeks ago was MJ, was Michael Jordan, because it impacted my generation tremendously, and well, many of the generations. Maybe millennials won't understand it as much. They would recall more Kobe Bryant, but for us, being in my 40s, well, Michael Jordan was really, really incredible mentor and role model. So we started out like that because I saw the documentary series that actually last night they won an Emmy. It's he's still winning, even though he's retired, he's still winning games. So he just won the best documentary series. And one of the things that he called it the last dance, because he prepared for his retirement when he was on top of the game. And one of the things that we wanted to share with you guys, and in the end, compile what are the keys to success of these extraordinary men that accomplish things that are uncommon, is that we can take what similarities they have, what things that they did in their lifetime to change whatever paradigms they were at a time, and we can actually use that in our advantage, and we can actually use that to change, to develop, to grow our market, and to be exponential if you might. And through this pandemic, we all need inspiration. Through this pandemic, everyone needs motivation. Everyone needs at least a pill, or even if you get 1 or 2 ideas that are great from this Motivational Monday, I would be really blessed. And if you can share it through social media, through YouTube, through LinkedIn, whatever platform you're connected now, through Instagram or through any of our accounts, share it with us. And if you feel that this helps in any way and we need to continue doing it, please do so, and for sure we'll continue doing it. We got 14 weeks ahead of us with different role models, and send us also people that you might want me to study and present one of the role models, and I will try to do my best in preparing for a good Motivational Monday with you guys. So okay, so starting out, one of the things that Michael Jordan always said was work hard, and then it's very easy to say it, and it's very easy to say it really quickly, and it's very easy. Everyone repeat it, but once you recognize that you gotta work harder than anyone to win the things that nobody will get, then you will accomplish what you want. So work hard. It's everyone says it, but in Michael Jordan's words, It's fantastic. If you can watch any of the documentaries, I think it's 5 or 6 um, chapters in the series, and every one of them, it's working hard. And when he says working hard, is being there the first and getting it out there the last one. And he would do that not only in basketball but in baseball, trying to to get his game up to the major leagues. He never accomplished that, but he played AAA. But in basketball, for sure, he was relentless. He was one of the most prepared athletes, and I think it's if you see the whole spectrum in sports, he could be one of the best athletes that ever existed. And because of the things he accomplished, and the not only personally, but the teamwork he developed and the synergy that he developed by working so hard and inspiring so many people, inspiring so many of your athletes, of his companions, his colleagues, his opponents, his competition. He inspired everyone to be better. And at that time, when he won his 6 titles in 8 years, he won 6 titles, and they all had injuries. They had his team had a lot of injuries, and they would have new players come up inspired by him. So he developed something that it's his second key to success. He says you got to build your dream team, and by building your dream team, you inspire them, inspire the people that are around you, inspire them so much that they fight for you, whatever it takes, whatever it happens, whatever it takes. So building a dream team for him was really one of the things that compound his effort and exponentiate and really make exponential his progress in basketball all over the world. His dream team not only inspired people in America, in the US, in North America, in United States, but it also brought basketball everywhere in the world. His Air Jordan, his shoes developed with Nike, went worldwide. So basketball was being played everywhere, obviously in Europe, but then in Africa, in Japan, in Asia, in every single country. He brought it up to 163 countries. A game that was only played in 25 or 26. So he really globalized the basketball. He changed it for good. Sometimes he thought he would destroy it because of the things he did on court, but all he did was inspire many, many people to do the same things he did. And now we get, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, which is, I think the most spectacular basketball player after Michael, was greatly inspired by him and by being his competitor. And he says it in a lot of interviews. He was really, really inspired, and he wanted to be better. And this is the third thing that Michael Jordan did was practice. Practice makes, there's a saying, practice makes perfect, but perfect practice makes it even better. So when you practice any discipline, any job, any business, anything that you practice with a strategy, practice with a vision, practice with a goal in mind, with a set in mind, with your goal, with your mindset on the goal. And that practice would be is not just being there, but actually working towards a target that it's so big or that it's so important that that your practice is relevant at that moment. So it's not only going to the practice and being there, but not being there in your mind. You gotta use the practice with your mindset and follow that track, follow that vision. So and get a lot of hours, a lot of effort, a lot of work getting done. And many of you guys that are following me that have been there, have been competitive in sports, or have been competitive in the market, in whatever market you develop, there's a lot of effort and a lot of time that you gotta give into if you want to become extraordinary. So third is practice. Practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes it even better. So doing it back and again, And it doesn't matter if you fail several times. He says he failed in 300 games with the last shot, but then he made 26 fantastic victories, which allow him to get the 6 titles he had. So you're gonna fail, and failing is just an opportunity to be better, to focus more, and to practice even more. And I've been doing it for a long time. I've been, getting into a market or getting out of the market in my business, and sometimes you fail. Sometimes you won't put it together. You won't make it. You have the dream team, but you even having the dream team won't make it. It just happened to Messi with Barcelona this year. You have a dream team and you don't make it, and that's okay. So you gotta fail. By failing, you go back, practice again, and step it up to another level. So the next thing you need to do is to always, as Tony Robbins says, it's progress equals happiness. So you got to step it up another level and another level. So if you're stuck, bring it up a little further. If you are doing running, if you're starting jogging or walking, whatever, as an exercise, and you do half an hour today, and then the next day you do 35 minutes, and when you get to an hour and you don't have more time to do the jogging, then you pull up the speed, so you burn more calories. So every time you are bringing it up, stepping it up to another level, so you increase that, and when you increase that, it helps you accomplish extraordinary things. Fourth, stop making excuses. Many times we make excuses, and we are all the time finding excuses in our mind to suppress and to being able to recognize that you are the way you are because, well, you were meant to be like that. And one of the things that we must do is we must change our brain patterns in order to be extraordinary. We gotta focus on your vision, using all the methods you have, using all your skills, using all your knowledge and your colleagues and your dream team, and stop making excuses. And when things don't go, you just switch it. And when your mind starts bugging and talking out loud why you haven't been able to get the business that you wanted, why you haven't been able to accomplish certain goals in reducing weight or whatever it is, you stop making those excuses. That's one of the things that Michael Jordan did every time. Stop making excuses. When you lose a big game, you start, oh, well, if I've done this, if I've done that. No, you got to stop making excuses. Practice it, go back, practice it, step it up another level, and go forward. He was able to win these 6 titles in 8 years, and a lot of his teammates had a lot of injuries. So when you have an injury, one of the things he did was those team injuries help you understand that you're human, and what you do is start sending good vibrations to your brain, start sending positive attitude, positive energy to your brain. So an injury becomes a leverage for success, because that time that you're resting, that time that you're healing, that time you can use it to gain know-how, to gain momentum, to gain knowledge of your business, knowledge of what you're doing. That time off helps you develop your core, and when you come back, you come back even stronger. So, and that we were able to pull. And one of the things I've said in my book, in Secrets from an Insurance Broker, that is actually now in Amazon, if you go and search for it, it's in Secrets from an Insurance Broker. One of the first things I write is a story about when I was back in the university. I had an injury in my left knee. I was running at a rugby match, and I jumped, picked up a ball during the startup line, And as I jumped, when I came down, two guys tackled me on the left knee and broke it apart, broke it back. And I continued playing with all the adrenaline and euphoria. We were a team, but we didn't have many substitutes, so I had to stay, on the ground. So I stayed there with all the adrenaline and continued playing. And I ripped off my CL. It's the ligament, cross ligament in my left knee, and I spent nine and a half months in crutches, and I couldn't stand properly, so I had to spend 9.5 months going back and forth in the university and stuff. So the doctor said to me, "You will never play rugby again, and you will never run again." I said, "No, forget it. You must be out of your mind. You don't know who you're talking to." So I started sending messages to my brain. I will heal. I will heal. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna heal. And I started imagining, even imagining the ligament getting stronger and stronger in my brain. And as soon as the 9.5 months came up, I started doing my physiotherapy. By the month 6, so I've lost like 40 pounds or 20 pounds of muscle. I started getting it back. And after 10 months, I was back in business, and was back in running, back playing. And that year, 1999, I became most valuable player in my league. So it is possible. If you send positive messages coming back from an injury, you can be extraordinary and return with even stronger than you were. So that's the 5th thing that Michael Jordan did. And he says that with returning from baseball, he didn't have a good time in baseball. He retired from basketball, went on to play baseball, and when he came back for another ring, he returned even stronger. And then everyone was stronger as well. So he had a very competitive league, and he came in another team. So the Chicago Bulls was the dream team was done. But that's one of the things that you need to accomplish, is to put your mindset and your thoughts onto positive things that will happen to you. Envision it, making it real, thinking that it's real, thinking that you gain it already, and that that you're running again. If you feel a pain or something, start thinking of the time when you were totally healthy, and then you will get that, because the brain is so powerful that it actually changes the physiology of your body. So that's so powerful, and many athletes have done it, and many, not only athletes, many entrepreneurs, many business owners. You start by thinking that you want, that you get it already, that you have already what it is, that everything that you envision, you feel it, you feel the pride, you feel people around you being happy, and you will get the results someday along the line. So be who you were born to be. Sometimes you do things just because someone told you, just because there's a job, a payroll or whatever, and you're doing something you don't like. Be who you want to be. If you have to find it, you have to search for it, and then you can start like a plan B that then turns into a plan A. If you need at least some time to start thinking over and changing whatever it is that you change, this pandemic can help you out in achieving what you really wanted, what you always wanted to do. And right now, there's a lot of opportunity for anyone to do whatever he wants to be in any market, in any area. And now we're starting back over from scratch. It's the first time in the human history that we can start from scratch, because there's many businesses that are totally eroded, that are finished, that they won't work again. And there are many people that would be unemployed, and this could be an excuse, a perfect excuse to revamp yourself and get out in the market doing the things that that you love. So who you be who you were born to be. That's one of the things that that Michael Jordan says when he was playing basketball. He said, "This is what I want to be all my life," and he did. So working hard eliminates fear. So that's the seventh thing. So working hard, we just said it, but what we didn't said was that working hard eliminates fear. When you work hard and then you compete, you eliminate your fear. So work your ass off, and you will eliminate fear. You will eliminate fear of the competition, fear of anything happening, of any business deploying, any business eroding or whatever. You work hard, and you will for sure prevail. Eighth, competition makes you stronger. We've said it a lot. I've said it in my book, and if you heard my online course in Udemy, well, you will find my online course, and my online course is in 4 languages: in Spanish, English, Italian, Spanish, English, French, and Portuguese. And one of the things we say is that competition makes you stronger. There must be competition, otherwise it would be so boring. You need to compete, because competition comes from Latin, and it's the origin of the word is conspire to make it better. So everyone who competes, it's conspiring to make it better. So if you don't have competition, who would you be? So you need the competition, and they will make you stronger, because you will motivate yourself for the most simple of the things, for the most simplistic things, and you can self-motivate yourself by little words, little things that competition says, or little attitudes they tend toward you, or toward the business, or toward other colleagues. Those things Michael Jordan used to motivate himself with it. And one of the things is that when you see the competition doing what you're doing, in my case in insurance, I would use a lot of the things that they're doing, and I would try to improve it. And you can improve it. Even companies that are so big and so powerful, you can compete with them by adding value, by giving personal service, by giving 24/7, by giving a lot of things that maybe a really big company can't do, and don't have the ability to do it. So competition makes you stronger, and there's always room for improvement. You can improve any service, any business, any you can improve it always. There's always room for improvement. Don't ever get into your comfort zone and stay there. And if you think by staying in your comfort zone, you're gonna be okay, but forget it. There's always room for improvement, and you can always make it better. Anything that you're doing, any service, any product, you can always improve it. And that's one of the things that Michael Jordan used to say. The dunks, for example, he would dunk from 1 meter, and then he jumped 2.5 meters, and he 5 meters over and dunk it again. So there's always room for improvement. And number 9 is be different. Be different than the competition. Be different than anyone. Don't let the paradigms hit you by thinking that if you do things differently, you won't have the ability to change. You won't have the ability to obtain a business, to obtain a title or a trophy or whatever. Don't never ever let anyone tell you that by being different you're being stupid, or by being different you won't make it. Yesterday, Bryson DeChambeau just won the U.S. Open with a swing that's different, with a putting that it's totally different, with everything he's done, it's against all odds, and he just won the U.S. Open 6 under par, and his competitor was 6 points back. So it's the only one who played under par. So there is a chance by being different that you can prevail, and that you will prevail. Being different gives you a comparison. Being different gives you something to talk about. Being different gives you a leverage with others, because if you do exactly the same as everyone is doing, then you will have a hard time with the competition. But if you do some things different, if you do things your own way, then you will prevail. So all right, changing your market. It's like living the world a better place. One of the things that he used to say was he needed to change his environment, change the market, change the business. In my case, in insurance, we want to change the paradigm that everything has to be secretive and that every formula has to be only kept by insurance brokers. And we want to open it up. That's what we would call it. You would call ourselves open insurance. That's because we want to help everyone get into insurance, and anyone that can do it. And not only people who've been in the market for 10, 20, 50 years are the only ones who are welcome into the market. So that's one of the things that we want to change. And he did it in the basketball by bringing it from 27 countries to 163 countries and getting a global message. We want to globalize and get a global message across by adding value to our clients, to our brokers, to our agents, giving them education, something different that very few people are doing at the moment. Using social media, which is all these platforms that helps us, like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and every single platform, using it for the better, using it to create culture, using them positively to not only create culture but expand our market. And that's one of the things we're doing now here today, is that these motivational Mondays, we're going to reach different types of people everywhere in the world and inspiring them into getting into the insurance market, so we can grow the market and expand it even further. We are all over Latin America and the Caribbean, and we started in the US back in the middle of the pandemic. In Canada, we have countries. In England, in many countries, we have a presence now with agents doing our online courses, reading my book, and in working for open insurances from everywhere in the world, from Chile, Argentina, Mexico, everywhere in the world. So we want to change the market and change the paradigms that are there. And everything now, thanks to Google and some platforms, everything now, it's out in the open. So the way you use the social media, the way you use with positive energy, the way you use YouTube and Facebook and all those platforms in a positive way, obviously in a positive way, that's very, very, very important, because social media can be like a knife with it can have a backdrop, a back end that can be terrible for our kids. So we got to do it responsibly. We got to do it bringing value, and we always strive to say to our agents and to the people who post or repost our content, is that ask yourself 3 things before posting something in Instagram and Facebook, in any platform. Is it kind? Is it true? Is that a truth that you're saying? And does that post or content add value to your market, add value to your audience, add value to your ideal client? So those 3 things you have to ask yourself. If those 3 things go forward, then you post. If not, you'd rather not post anything at all. And that's one of the things that we strive in open insurances. And myself, Go Banca, is that we want to have a culture. We want to expand our culture of insurance by being open, by doing the right things, by being better persons. You can be better insurance agents. By being better persons, you can be better accountants, better doctors, better anything. So, and doing the right thing through social media, it is crucial for our success, and crucial for the success of any athlete, any entrepreneur, any CEO, any company that wants to strive right now through this pandemic, is using the channels properly and using the goodwill of this liberty and this freedom that we have to express ourselves through these platforms, through this video. This is really powerful, and most people take it for granted. And what we cannot do is take it for granted, and additionally being abusive of it, being abusive by sharing terrible content, terrible news, and terrible fake news. That's one of the things we're striving, and we want to reinforce anyone that is following us, anyone that listens to this message, that we want to do things right, and we want to expand our business, expand our culture, and expand the culture of insurance. So in return, we would be in a bigger market, which obviously is good for anyone. It's a win-win relationship. Michael Jordan has one of the chapters in the series. He says he would motivate himself for the minimum, for the most absurd or most simple things that happen. And for example, someone used to tell him, I don't know if it was Phil Jackson or Jerry Cross, one of the trainers used to say to him, or he said to him, well, this team we're confronting now, it's they're packed with good players, and it's going to be so tough for us to win, and there's a guy in the middle that it's so good. And all Michael used to do was focus on that person that they have told him that was really good, and he would destroy him on court, just because he would motivate himself because one of his directors, of his technical directors, would say that he was a good player. And that's it's a funny story there that it happened. So try to find motivation in the most minimal things. In the office, sometimes there's someone telling you something, a message, and you don't want to listen because well, you feel it's not with you. But sometimes there are people that tell you things that are correct. And be open, be wide open, be open, listen to everyone, to what they're saying, and to what people are saying, and mostly listen to people that are close to you, and sometimes you can motivate yourself by despiting every stupidity they would say. You know what I mean? And same Michael Jordan did. Sometimes people would say something that was true about another team or another competitor, and he would excel himself just to demonstrate that he was much better. So try to find those details, try to find those simple things that can help you out, motivate yourself, and expand progress and improve your game, your business, whatever it is. Last Dance, it's 1994 up until 2006 that he finally was able to retire. And one of the things that you must do is think about when you're in the top of the game, how to maintain yourself in top of the game, how to maintain that momentum, And the only way to maintain that momentum is keep practicing. Even though you are a pro, even though you are a professional, even though you are the best in your area, go back to basics. Going back to basics, practice, practice, and practice will make you perfect and will get you ahead of the competition for sure. That's more or less what Michael Jordan says and gives us as a legacy in his life. And he was very able to pull out those things, become a billion dollar man by playing basketball most of his life, but by then making the right decisions. So making the right decisions at the right time, and having a compelling vision of what he wanted. So this is it. This is what we have for today. Thank you so much for following. Share me, give me insights. Tell me if you have any role models that you want me to share and to explain here on Motivational Mondays. We'll see each other every Monday, 8 a.m. And please share this content. Share it now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it through LinkedIn if you can to all your friends. Thank you so much.